Hello, builders and beastmasters. My name is TBSkyne, and welcome back to Final Fantasy X. Well, last time we witnessed the rather brutal destruction of the port of Kilika and the sending of its dead.
You awake? Captain Walker's waiting for you.
And today, we have to resume our pilgrimage to the temple.
Our loved ones made it to the far plane with Lady Yuna's help. We are truly grateful for Yevon's blessing.
Let's see, I believe that is some stuff. Can't buy all of them, but I would not mind. He's already got a hunter's spear. So let's grab a Cactuar scope from Lulu. And yeah, that'll do. Just want to make sure that I have scope.
Ah, there you are. Be St. Aurochs, huddle. On to the temple, where we pray for victory. Go! High Summoner O'Holland used to live in the Kilika temple here. Yep, Lord O'Holland was once a great blitzer, you know.
Waka. Praying for victories, oh, good. But is this right?
Something wrong with enjoying blitzball?
Is this really the time?
This is the only time. The players fight with all their strength. The fans cheer for their favorite team. They forget pain, suffering. Only the game matters. That's why Blitz has been around for so long. At least that's what I think.
Whatever you say.
Let's play and win, right?
Right.
Temple's beyond the jungle there. Let's go.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I want you to notice that melody. Just keep it in mind.
I wanted to believe it was just a bad dream. That this was all a dream, and when I opened my eyes, everything would be back to normal. But when morning came, nothing had changed.
Everything's in shambles. I don't know where to start. Yeah, I'm repairing this now, but it'll all be destroyed when Sin comes again. He destroys it, I fix it, and he destroys it. It's a never-ending cycle, I tell you. Yes and no.
Whoa!
No, Mr. Hammerman, don't help.
Please excuse him. He's been affected by the toxin. If he says anything offensive, don't take it too seriously.
What are you looking at? I ain't a display here. Go away, man. No, I want the chair. I want to steal from your house. Thank you.
What's up?
Yuna's saying she wants you with us.
Huh?
I want to ask you to be my guardian.
You know what? There's no time for jokes, yeah? He may be a blitzball whiz kid, but up against fiends, he's a newbie.
Not a guardian, then. I just want him nearby.
What?
What? What do you mean?
It's just that, well, we're all going to the temple anyway. Can't this wait till later? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have...
There's nothing to be sorry about. I'm just not really sure what's going on.
My apologies.
Anyway, like, and this is the kind of thing I didn't pick up on it when I was a kid, obviously, but looking at it as, like, with adult eyes, it's like, oh, no, yeah, no, they're not being subtle about the love story at all, are they? Finally, Waka has a little bit more mana to use, which is good. And Yuna is picking up a few abilities, which is good. And then there's Kimahri. Now, Kimahri is a unique case in the game, because he doesn't have a set path at all. Like, he starts in this central area right here, and all the other areas that he can go to are locked off with level 1 or level 2 locks, generally. So once you've finished, like, making the rounds of pretty much the center of the board here, just basically making the rounds around Ultima, of all things, you have to make a decision with Kimahri about what do you want him to do afterwards. Like, which abilities do you want him to have? Because he doesn't have a set path for himself. He has to enter into one of the paths of the other characters, and that makes Kimahri a little bit of an awkward character in the game, because he's always, like, especially as the game goes on, he just kind of always ends up being an inferior version of someone else. Like, he can be like Lulu, he can have a lot of black magic, and then also be like a half-decent physical fighter. He can be a replacement white mage for Yuna, but then why wouldn't you just use Yuna? He can learn some of the same speed-based abilities that Tidus has. Tidus is the fastest character in the game. He can go hang out with Waka and get a bunch of status changes and so on, but he doesn't have that much of an identity of his own, which has always been a pity with Kimahri, because it means that usually when I play the game, I don't use Kimahri very much, because there's always someone else who can, like, as I mentioned with the combat system, it's very much a puzzle system where, like, one character has a set of abilities that will specifically work well or counter certain types of enemies for a lot of the game. And for Kimahri, he's just never the optimal answer to pretty much anything. Which kind of sucks, because I love his character design and I like his character quite a bit, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, let's start going round, and we'll start by heading north. Das war alles? Ja? Gut. It's a little beastie hanging out up there. We're not going to run into him just yet. Anyway, here's yet another one of those weird Albed mirrors hanging out.
Kimahri, why don't you use Lancet on it?
What's a lancet?
Normally, it's a skill that weakens enemies and heals the user. But when a Ronso uses it, that Ronso can sometimes learn Fiend's abilities.
Hey, sounds cool.
So, this is the concept that makes Kimahri unique, is that he starts with this ability called Lancet. Anyone can learn it, any character can learn Lancet, but when Kimahri uses it, as Lulu says, sometimes he will learn a special ability, and in this case, the special ability that he gets is Seed Cannon, the thing that the Fiend just used on him. Now, there's a relatively limited number of abilities that Kimahri can learn, but every time he learns something new, he gets an instant overdrive fill. And that's sort of his gimmick. He's kind of the Dragoon of the game, in that his basic overdrive is jump, which is a classic Dragoon ability, but mostly he's the Blue Mage. And, like, having those overdrive spells is good, because there's some powerful effects that you can get out of that, as always with enemy skills in the game. Like, you can get stuff like Mighty Guard, but the problem is you can only use it when your overdrive bar is full, which makes him such a limited instrument, unfortunately. Which is, yeah, it's a pity, but it's the way it goes.
I could take care of those alone, huh?
So right now I'm gonna prioritize trying to get everybody in on each fight.
I'm ready.
Just basically because I want everybody to have, I want everybody to get AP early on, because although the one thing that can happen in this game is that you settle on one party that you like the most, and you sort of, like, that can kind of respond to everything. That'll often be like, Cheetah's, Waka, and Lulu, because they can kind of respond to pretty much everything, and then you
fight with us.
kind of only level those up, and it's a little bit out here. So there's a point to prioritizing trying to get AP for everybody, especially because in this area, at this point in the game, you level up pretty quickly here. Like, you gain a substantial amount of AP and you get some quick level ups, and we're gonna need them. I want, at this point, to get Tidus to get haste, which means we need 1, 2, 3, 4 sphere levels so he can have haste, because haste will allow us to take on the big beastie that you saw up ahead for, and it's entirely optional, but it's a thing I want to do. And here's where I need to be careful with my ability spheres, because they are hard to get a hold of early in the game. So I'm going to save one ability sphere so I can get the ability extract ability for Waka, because as the name implies, that allows you to get ability spheres in combat, so we're going to prioritize trying to get a hold of that one. And other characters will have to wait on their abilities until he has that, so we can have a steady supply of ability spheres, because it is pretty easy to get to a point where you accidentally lock yourself out of your ability of being able to pick up abilities because you don't have enough ability spheres, so your characters just kind of have to stay at one point in the sphere grid, waiting for you to pick up ability spheres over the course of gameplay, which is annoying. Also, Lulu's weapon is those little puppets that she carries around. She's a black mage, she can't really do any physical damage. But they are all stuff like Cactuars and Moogles and like other like little mascots from Final Fantasy series history. Let's see, there's a treasure chest up ahead, right? Up north, if I go this way. Think. Yes.
Nothing to fear, the hero's here!
We're doing all right.
That's another new thing, is that the characters will have quotes that they say in combat. A luck sphere. Ah, yes, those are quite rare.
Good day, Guardians. Many fiends have been sighted in areas attacked by sin. Please, be careful on your journey.
Thank you for the high potion. Oh, that's a bother and a half. Okay, okay, Lulu, would you please get rid of the damage dealer?
Anyone thirsty?
Thank you.
All right!
Ay, Joe! Almost ran into it on accident. Don't want to do that yet. Yes, thank you. There's one other thing, though, that we also need to do while we're here. We need to get Valifor's overdrive powered up, because we're going to need it against the big guy. Fortunately, these things are quite good at doing that. Thank you. Gonna dismiss him before he gets knocked out, or before they get knocked out, rather. Alright, almost getting there. I just need to head back to the sphere so I can save and heal up Valifor. We Crusaders are training for the upcoming operation. Call on us if you see any Sinspawn. Are you heading for Kilika Temple? Then just follow this trail. There are poisonous fiends in the forest. Be on your guard. Thank you for the remedy. And there's one of the poisonous fiends.
Freeze.
It's the little wasp thing. That's the poisonous one. Oh, right, the scout. Waka does get that. And safe. Excellent. Now, first of all, Waka. You go over there. Get some more strength. Lulu, you go over here. And let's increase your magic. God, you need more HP and you need it fast. Okay, time for some more grinding.
You're not too bad.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
So, I finally managed to acquire for Waka the extract ability, which means I now have a solid source of ability spheres, which means I can finally progress my characters along the sphere grid without worrying that I'm gonna run out of them. Which is lovely. Thank God for that, because I had run out of them. Like, that was used my last one to teach Tidus haste there. And now with haste in our arsenal...
Company, halt!
The fiend before us is Ocho, Lord of the Wood. We've had trouble with this one before. Remember, discretion is the better part of valor.
Actually, good point. I should save before I fight it, because the Ocho is still, like, it's not meant to be an easy fight at this point in the game. It's entirely optional, but you can take it down. And I hope I'll be able to demonstrate how. Like I said, this game renders it relatively irrelevant. I think Kimahri is still the fastest one, right? No, actually. Oh. Like, it doesn't really matter that much what your initial formation is, except that if you have an initial formation with high speed, it'll be easier to get turns in early on in the fight, which is when you're definitely going to need them. We're going to start by getting haste on Tidus. Speed him up a little bit. The wonderful thing about haste in this game is that it lasts forever. Like, it doesn't... unless it gets dispelled, you never lose haste in this game. So, I'm just gonna have Kimahri do a Lancet, not that it matters much. Mostly just to get him to have the thing. And let me show you Waka's overdrive, which I managed to charge up while I was grinding. Damn it. So, these are reels. Kind of like Tifa's limit break in Final Fantasy VII. You stop them on various elements, and then that becomes a powerful elemental attack that he uses. And if you manage to get all three of them, then additionally, you will do elemental damage to all enemies at the same time. Should probably walk out on that. No, actually, get Lulu in here. And then we get Lulu in here, who also has a limit break, or her overdrive, which is convenient. And there's not that much point in curing the poison, because the thing is going to put it back on me anyway. Anyway, say hello to Lulu's overdrive. Which is painful on the hands, because you have to rapidly rotate the right stick in order to empower her in order to give for multiple spell casts, basically. Whew. Okay, Tidus is pretty much done with his part of the fight now. All I need him to do is give haste to Yuna as well, and then we can finish the thing off. Okay, water. That's not the worst thing in the world. What's its health at? 2300. That's not low enough yet. Do I want to use Tidus or do you want to use Kimahri? Screw it, let's go with Tidus. And then we finish him off with a summon overdrive in order to get the overkill, hopefully, which will get us a bunch of extra AP, which is going to be lovely. And we were also lucky with him. Like, he has an attack that inflicts status changes on your entire party, and he didn't use it even once, which is lovely. And that's one of the reasons why you want haste for this, because, well, it gives you more turns and prevents the damn thing from doing that goddamn attack to you, hopefully. Anyway, get wrecked, ya big plant bastard. Nice. Get a couple of HP spheres out of that one. Good.
Whoa. A summoner and her guardians. Very impressive.
Sir, we should fight too.
We'll get our chance soon enough.
Young crusaders gather around. We'll beat sin into the ground.
Enthusiastic young man, isn't he?
Do your best, kid. Waka's counting on you.
Thank you for the elixir.
Hey! After the tournament, you should join the Crusaders.
That's another bit of the reward you get for beating Lord Ocho there, is you get an elixir, which is a nice reward. It's a perfectly useful thing. So, Yuna has a set of 4 abilities here. Null Blaze, Null Tide, Null Shock, and Null Frost. And what that does, it creates a shield...
Shield us from thunderous bane.
...on your entire party that protects them from one attack of that particular element. So it won't do anything against the wasp there, but if the yellow element had acted rather than not acted, I thought that was the one that had turn coming up next, it would have protected me against that one thunder spell.
Take that.
Which is...
I'm on a roll.
Which is a thing that makes Yuna, like, rather than just be a white mage whose only job is to heal, it makes Yuna a character who, like, has a much more active role in defending the party. Like, if you're up against an enemy and you know they use powerful elemental attacks, having those null abilities on can make a very difficult fight a hell of a lot easier, or even make impossible fights possible under certain circumstances. So it makes her a more active party member than a white mage typically is in a Final Fantasy game, which is a thing I really appreciate. Da, 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 da. Schmack. Extract more ability, please. But yeah, you see what I said, that, like, Waka, Lulu, and Tidus can kind of become your default party for a lot of things? The other lovely thing about the sphere grid system is that rather than, like, slowly building up to getting, like, oh, okay, here's, like, I'm gonna get my one level up where all my stats get a little bit stronger, and then I'm gonna get another level up where all my stats get a little bit stronger. This style of character progression, you level up way more frequently, and you get to do a little thing. Like, you get to, it's just get a little bit more speed, a little bit more power. One new ability every once in a while.
These stone steps have a history, you know. Yep, Lord Ocho trained here at his peak.
A race, huh? Think you can beat me?
Yuna, if you would.
Ready?
Hey!
Ah, huh? Hey!
Kids.
And Kimahri just shakes his head. Anyway, I'm just gonna save for no particular reason.
Everyone, quick! Sinspawn!
Say hello to a Sinspawn. We've met them before, of course. Right, Waka's gonna be completely useless in this fight, actually. Or at least he's gonna be useless with the weapon that I've got equipped on him right now, which is something we can fix. For now, get rid of the arms. Ouch. So the arms absorb all magical attacks directed against the shell, and magical attacks are pretty much the only thing that are going to hit it when it's inside the shell, as you shall see.
It's hard as rock. My sword's no good.
But magic, on the other hand, will bring him out of his shell. And here you see the sheer power of haste in this particular game. You get so many extra turns to do stuff. It's lovely. So, I've set the aeon summons to short now. Which means we don't get the full-length summoning sequence for every time Yuna calls an aeon or every time her aeon uses an overdrive. Which is preferable, frankly. We're just gonna kick the rest of his ass. With Valor 4 here. That should do the trick.
Yeesh.
Sorry about that. Hope to break you in a little slower.
Being a guardian's tiring.
You handle yourself pretty well. You got talent.
Hey. So, what are these Sinspawn anyway?
Fiends. They fall from Sin's body and are left behind in its wake.
Leave him alone and Sin comes back for him. You gotta be quick.
That moment when Waka told me I had talent in battle, I think that was when I started seriously considering becoming a guardian.
Like I said, lots and lots of level ups, especially early in the game, but even into the late game, like you do get like way more of that little serotonin hit of like, hey, I hit a level up, that's nice, over the course of the game, rather than just having like a static character level.
So, they got fiends in Xanarkand too?
Just a few. It's a big deal when one shows up, though. Hey, since when have you believed me about Xanarkand anyway?
I've been thinking. Maybe people Sin gets to don't die. Maybe Sin carries them through time, like 1,000 years through time. And then one day, maybe they just pop back, see?
Amazing. Simply amazing. You make up one theory after another, refusing to face the simple truth. Sin didn't take Chapu anywhere. Sin crushed him and left him on the Jose shore. Your brother won't just pop back. Oh, and one more thing. No matter how much you want it, no one can take Chapu's place. No one can replace Sir Jekt, for that matter. And there's no replacement for Lord Braska, either. It's pointless to think about it. And sad.
I could never be what Chapu was. Well, stuff happens. Best not to worry.
Waka, Lulu, and Waka's brother, Chapu. Something had happened between them a long time ago. I was sure of it.
Really?
Well, whatever it was none of my business, that's for sure. Best not to go there.
Gee, you think something happened between them, Titus? What a penetrating emotional insight. You sure are a talented man, playing blitzball and fighting like that. So, this is the place honored in remembrance of Hive Summoner O'Holland. Makes you kinda nervous, yeah? Climbing those stone steps every day has kept me in shape. Haven't caught a cold in years. I'm gonna pray real hard so that Sin doesn't come back here. All I can say is I hope that works. I've had enough of Kilika. Too many tearful memories here. We came to visit the temple one last time before we leave for good. We decided to leave Kilika and look for a place without Sin. Who knows if we'll ever find it. I heard famous people come here. Where could they be?
You here to pray for victory too?
Us? Pray? Who needs to pray? The Luca goers always win.
Oh yeah? Then why you here?
We've been praying for some competition this year.
So what's your goal this time? You gonna do your best again? Ha! It's too bad your best isn't good enough. Why even bother showing up?
This time, we play to win.
Ooh, play away. Just remember, even kids can play, boys.
See you in the finals!
We'll beat them. We have to.
You know that team?
Putting people down. They're as bad as my old man.
But Sir Jekt was a kind and gentle man.
Well, not my Jekt. Even 10 years after he left. Just thinking about my old man got me angry. But maybe that was just my way of keeping him... Nah.
Gee, Titus, do you have some issues with your father that you need to talk about at some point? Mare the
Kilika beasts win this year's tournament and serve as a sign of encouragement and hope for the people of Kilika. Kilika Temple is the temple of fire. Even the Cloister of Trials is engulfed in flames. Those who disobey the precepts and enter unsanctioned may forfeit their lives. I feel like he's talking specifically to me there. Feel a little targeted, not gonna lie. I'm supposed to study real hard to become a nun, but I just want to run around and play on the beach.
Me too, kiddo. Me too. I will say it's nice to have the pressure taken off, like that I don't need to remember all the main character voices anymore. That's lovely. Yeah, once we win the tournament, this will be my victory pose.
I envy your happy-go-lucky attitude.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's see.
Please, let Waka's prayers be heard.
I think Waka needs to do a little more praying.
Lord O'Holland, guide our feet.
When in Rome.
A summoner, are you?
My name is Yuna, from the Isle of Besaid.
Donna? So, you're High Summoner Braska's daughter. That's quite a name to live up to. My. And all these people are your guardians? My, what a rabble. As I recall, Lord Braska had only 2 guardians. Quality over quantity, my dear. Whatever were you thinking?
Is it just arrogant asshole day on Kilika Temple today?
Guardian. Right, Bartello?
I only have as many guardians as there are people I can trust. I trust them all with my life. To have so many guardians is a joy and an honor. Even more so than being my father's daughter. Of course, I would never think of questioning your ways either. So, Lady Donna, I ask of you, please leave us in peace.
You do what you want, Bartello, we're leaving.
Yuna shut that shit down. And this again is the first indication that Yuna isn't like a wilting flower.
A guardian is someone a summoner can rely on. Someone she can trust with her life. I wondered, did Yuna feel that way about me? What's she smiling about?
What indeed? But this is like the first indication that you get that Yuna is like, oh, no, she's not like... Yeah, she has like a tiny voice and she seems like sort of the timid little good girl, but she also does not back the fuck down from things.
The faith is below. Let's do it.
The faith?
But first, the Cloister of Trials. Kimahri, Waka, ready?
Strength, everyone.
No! Ah! Hey, what gives?
You're not a guardian yet.
We'll be back as soon as we can, okay?
Oh, sure, soon. Like tomorrow soon, I bet.
Waiting. Oh, little elevator. Thank you. So I can't actually leave, even though that's what I'm supposed to do, technically. I can only go onto the elevator like an idiot.
Where's Yuna?
And have this happen.
Then why are you here?
Hey, I'm not a guardian, so I'm not supposed to go in, right?
Not a guardian, you say?
Hey, wait! Ah, let me go! Go! Hey! What's a big idea?
Just a little game.
Huh?
Seriously, what's with the assholes on Kilika Island?
Really bad. Come on, go up! Go up!
Well, the sensible thing, of course, would be to sit here and wait and not go in any further. But nah!
Only guardians allowed. I'm sure no guardian. Well, I guess it's too late now.
And so it's time for another Cloister of Trials. That song... Some of those... I mean, I was a kid and I was a lot worse at puzzles, but some of those puzzles, like that song, it took me so long that this song has like become permanently a little bit traumatizing to me. Like, it brings up some bad memories of running around in a circle for an hour and going, where the fuck am I supposed to go? Ah, how am I supposed to do this? Da-da-da. Was there a thing on the other wall? No, not yet. Okay. Hang on, wait. Need to be sure of something first. Because it doesn't do anything here, right? Ah, yes, it does. I remembered correctly that there was a thing with a fire sphere. Okay. Oh, right, I can't touch the glyph while I'm holding on to a sphere. Meh. Okay, so far so good. Touch the thing on the floor. Makes that thing come in here. Take away fire number 1. Put that away in here. And then we take the glyph sphere. And we put that one in here. And that gets the wall to go up, which gets the fire to go away. Hooray! And here's the destruction sphere. Which I need to do a thing with the thing or the thing. It's the... Right. I think I remember, I think. So... Let's just grab you. Put you in there. And then we push you. And then you go in there. Okay. Come on. Come on! Ah! No! Get pushed. Yes. And then we take you, I think. Put you in there. No. Take you. Yes. And then we take you and put you in there. Poof, and burn the door. And then we take the destruction sphere. And we put the destruction sphere in here. Boom! Ha-ha! And we get the red armlets. Which is not a perfectly sensible piece of defensive equipment for Kimahri right now, because it has fire, ice, and lightning damage against him, which makes him a pretty decent defensive character early on against elemental enemies. And then we clear the temple, and take the sphere with us just because we can.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
It was Donna and that big musclehead man.
Yuna will be the one to suffer the consequences.
What consequences?
She could be excommunicated.
That seems bad.
The chamber beyond is a sacred place. Only summoners may enter.
What? Even Guardians can't go?
It's taboo.
Oh.
Just wait.
So what's in there anyway?
The faith, remember?
Oh yeah, that thing, right.
The faith are people who gave their lives to battle sin. Yevon took their souls, willingly given from their still living bodies.
Huh?
Now they live forever, trapped in statues. But when a summoner beckons, the souls of the faith emerge once again. That's what we call an aeon.
All that in this room? So what's Yuna doing in there?
She prays with all her heart for a way to defeat sin. Just wait.
Anyway.
There was something I didn't tell anyone else that day. That song we heard there in the temple, I knew it from my childhood. It was proof that Spira and Xanarkin were connected, somehow. At least to me it was. Maybe that's why suddenly I felt like I just wanted to go home. I tried to say something to tell them, but the words wouldn't come.
And that's our new aeon, Ifrit. Turns out there were no consequences.
Notice the kid in blue in the background, by the way.
I thought I had put my feelings for Xanarkin behind me. But they were there, and they grew inside me bigger and bigger, till I was just about ready to burst.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
What do you want to do?
To scream real loud?
And so he does. Which again is a bit of characterization for Tidus that does a bit of setup for later. When Tidus has a whole bunch of emotions inside him that he doesn't know how to deal with, he does that. he has to find some kind of way to express them. Otherwise, it makes him explode. Alright, let's get to the save sphere, and we'll call this particular episode to a natural close, I think. With, of course, this one more random encounter along the way. Ah, well.
Miss me? See ya! Told ya!
And there we go. That'll be the end of this particular episode. And if you've enjoyed hanging out in the world of Final Fantasy X with me, then I highly encourage you to hit the like, comment, and or subscribe buttons down below, because, you know, numbers go up. YouTube algorithm happy, my videos get to actually be shown to people, which I appreciate it when my videos are shown to people. I like that when that happens very much. If you want to support the channel more directly than just by clicking buttons, then I have a Patreon, I have a merchandise store, and I have a tip jar. You can use any of them in whatever combination you like, or none of them, and memberships are also available on this particular channel for $1 a month if you want to give me $1 a month. Yeah, outside of that, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to wash your hands, and especially if you're in the United States, please, for the love of God, wear a mask.